welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to discuss how to start trading yam online even if you're not a farmer. So I will explain to you steps that you must take, right? And I'm sharing this with you because this is a business that I've done. I'm not just advising you to go and try something that I've not done before, right? I've done this before and I am still doing it. I still have people that call and I send them yam, right? So I started this business in 2020. Then I have my store in Lagos. Lagos was my major target, right? So I could move yam from Benue State to Lagos. I had a shop there and I always have off-takers, people who come and buy them. Though I still have a store that I could keep before those off-takers come to pick the yam off. So I will share with you all the things that you need, the steps that you need to take that you'll be able to make this money. And if you're serious with this, you will be able to make at least 200 to 500,000 naira monthly as profit selling this yam using your social media, right? You can start, and this is a minimum that you can make. People are making way more than that, right? But this is a minimum you can make after watching this video and following all the steps that I will share with you. So without wasting time, let's look at these 3 steps you have to take before investing your money in yam distribution business. 3 steps. These steps are very, very fundamental, and if you miss them, you are not going to make this money. But if you follow these steps that I'm going to explain here, you will make money. So the first step is conduct a market survey. I think I have an article on that on my blog, and I'll also share here with you. One of the advantage of making this research is that you will know what you are going into. So on the screen here you can see this is a yam market, right? This is a yam market. This yam market is in Benue State, Nigeria. So why am I sharing with the one in Benue State? Because Benue State is one of the largest producer of yams in Nigeria. That does not mean other state doesn't produce. We have Kogi State produces yam. We have Niger State. We have other states in the east that produces yam, but then Benue State produce in commercial quantity. This is where you can get yam 247, 12 months a year. So you come to this market, right? It's good that you can start with buying from online vendors, but I always advise people that when you want to start a business, you have to conduct this market survey. This will cost you money. You have to keep some money aside to do this survey. If you want to be buying yam from this Zakibian yam market here in Benue State, you come to Benue State, you go to the market, you see the yam, check the size of the yam, how are they selling this yam, right? And when can you get this yam, and how frequent can they bring this yam to you if you need them? This is the only thing that conducting a market survey will give you. I don't encourage people just sending money online for people to buy for them, though you can do that. But if you are going into it full time, I will advise that you come there to the market. If you want to focus on buying yam from Niger State, you can go to Niger State and check. If you want to be using Benue State, you can come to Benue State and check. You don't just give out money. And for my viewers in Ghana, Ghana too produces yam. So if you want to start up in Ghana, these steps are the same, right? Conduct a market survey. With a market survey, you will know what you are to do. You ask them questions, you meet farmers, they explain to you. Yams are different varieties. They are not the same, right? We have different varieties. Yams are not the same, and you can only know this when you get to the market. There are some yams that get bad easily, and there are some that can stay longer. All this when you go to the market and meet, just go there like a student with your biro, with your recorders on, right? Put on your recorder as you're communicating with the sellers, the farmers in the market. You are recording. You want to know what they are saying. When you come back and sit down, you will discover whether it's a business that you can do or a business you will not do. A friend of mine, a follower here by name Mr. Lucky, he based in Lagos. When he wanted to start yarn distribution, he called me and he said I should send yarn for you. I said, one of the ways that I advise people is that come to Benue State. I can host you. I have people in the market that can take you around. You see the yam yourself. And most times why I encourage people coming to the market is that you will meet good people there. You will meet other business people that have been into the business for more than 10, 5 years, 20 years. They will advise you. If you want to meet individual farmers, it will be difficult for you to get the quantity of yarns that you need. If you have a farmer, maybe you can get 1 or 2 yarns, but when you go to the market, it's a concentration of yarns. Plenty are there, so it will be easier for you to get what you want. So always go to the market. Always go to the market to do your market survey. Don't meet individual farmers. Go to the market. Conduct this market survey. Know how much it will cost you to buy yam, how much it will cost you to transport it to Lagos, Port Harcourt, Cross River, anywhere within Nigeria. Just know how much it will cost you. If you're outside this country, maybe even if you're in Nigeria based in UK, you can also do this business, right? You can conduct your survey, send somebody to go and check for you, conduct a market survey. Then the second step is when you are done with your market survey, you get a partner or a supplier. Now what I mean here is that somebody who will be helping you to source this yarn, because you will not be coming every day to the market. You just came to the market to understand the logistics, to understand how the business works, to have an idea. So when you get back to your base, you need to get a partner or a supplier. This partner, it could be somebody that will give you the money that you need to start this business, or it could be a supplier. You can negotiate with somebody that you have met from the market or even online that you trust. When you negotiate with the person goes out, source for yarn, and send it to you, and all you have to do is pick and sell. So you don't have to be a farmer to do this, and you can do this as a full-time job. You sit down, your partner is in the market, or let me say in the farms where people are, where he can get this yarn and selling it to you where you are. So it will be easier for you, so that you will not be running every day, transporting, due to bad road and everything, moving from one place to another. You just be one place, have a partner, somebody that can supply to you. You don't have to come to the market every day, though you can do that if you want to, but always advise that you get somebody at the supply, at the market, the person that can always send the yarns to you. Get somebody there and settle down and do marketing so that you can sell your products. Yeah, the third one is get off takers. So you're not going into this business for you to start begging people to come and buy your yarn. Like the pictures you see on the screen there, this is a market, right? And this market, this is not in Benue State. This is maybe this one of the picture here is in Lagos, the other one is in Port Harcourt. So if you're in Port Harcourt, you can see this picture. This is a element market, right? You can see it. So if you're in Lagos, you can see. So if you get people to start looking for how you move yarn, you go and dump it in the traditional market and start looking for buyers, begging people that come here, dragging shirts with market women. It doesn't make sense. With the knowledge you have, all you need to do is get off takers first before your yarn comes. It's like a pre-order model, right? So if you are going to speak with your neighbors, maybe you can gather 20 or 10 of your neighbors and say, okay, I'm going to bring 100 tubers of Benue yarn on Friday. So if you need 10 tubers, you are going to pay 15,000 naira. The 10 tubers will be delivered to you, right? So from there, these people are ready. Some of them will even give you the money, right? Some of them will give you the money. So now they are ready. So when your yarn land in Lagos or in Port Harcourt, or once the yarn land your base, people are willing and are ready to pay and carry this yam off. Yam is perishable. This is why I advise you to get off takers on ground. It might not be people that are buying in pieces. It could be restaurant, right? It could be eateries, it could be schools, it could be companies, companies that cook for their staff. You can get to negotiate with them. Okay, maybe where you work, they are cooking for you people every day, right? You can get this deal, get to the market, negotiate with the market people, and then get to where you'll be supplying this yam. Negotiate with them. Just let them know that your yam will be coming so and so time, and you'll be able to meet up their demand. Give them your price so that you will not be stranded. I don't encourage you buying 10 yam, dropping at the market, and then started looking for buyers, so that when you don't sell, they get bad. And most times when you start this yam, let me share this story with you. When I started yam trading in Lagos, when my truck got to Lagos, we discovered that there were more than 10 trucks that were on their way to get to the market, and you have to form line. And during forming this line, we discovered that other drivers that have been there, other marketers that have been there for years, they will go and bribe the people at the gate, and you discover that a truck that you came before will come and pass you and enter the market. Now, as long as the yam is still in the truck, your business is not safe. It could get bad any moment from there. So when I discovered this, I stopped. I said, okay, let me get another option. I went and rented the shop in Lekki, and in that place I have one of my sales person that was there. So I will run my Facebook ad, gather people, create the awareness. So once my yam gets to Lagos, they are coming to take it immediately. I was not going to the market again to start fighting with market women. Sometimes I sell below them, and I was still in profit because I'm from Benue State and my source was not like most of them. But I couldn't fight with them. When I got to the market, I discovered that they have an association that I must join. And as a new person, when you even join it, you will not even be able to match or move with them easily. So I discovered that the best way is that, and sometimes when you want to get off takers in the market, they prefer that when you bring it as a newcomer, you should give them. They will sell and share the money with you. Of course, it's also a good model if you don't want to be stingy, and if you don't want to make much profit, you don't want to eat alone. You can share the money with them, right? You bring the yam, you give it to them, they sell, and then they give you your own part, your own profit. Maybe you negotiate with them and see how much you take and how much they will give you. So it's a very good business, right? It's a very good business. But these three key important things that you have to consider before you now invest your money, right? Number one, I say you conduct a market survey. Number two, you do what? You get a partner or a supplier. Then number three, you get off takers. When you have these three steps sorted out, you can now go into your yarn. But this is not just easy as that. We also have challenges. So I will share with you some of the challenges you should consider. You are going into a business, so there is no business in the world that does not have challenges. One of the advantages is that when you know the challenges, you know how to prepare, you know what to do. And if after getting to know these challenges and you weigh yourself and you see that you will not be able to cope, then you will not invest money in this business. Many people will make millions in trading this yam, but maybe not. It's not in your destiny to make the millions, right? Trading yam. So when you see the challenges and see that I will not be able to cope, then you will not invest your money in it. So number one is what? Logistic. Logistic is one of the first difficulty or first challenge that you face. So when I was trading yam, for me, I had a truck. So I would just drive my truck to the market, park to the truck, load. My driver would I would fill my tank. My driver would just push it direct to Lagos, to where I was to sell. right? But for you who is starting out, you don't have a truck, you will need it. You need to get a driver that will be moving this yam to you. So this is another difficult situation. If you're in Nigeria watching this video, you know how difficult it is. Our bad road, drivers will disappoint you. Maybe sometimes their vehicle will break on the road, and you get to, your yam is getting bad, right? So if the vehicle is bad on the road, your yam can also get bad from that season. So can you see the challenge now? But it's something that you can sort out. Most times when these drivers are coming, you communicate with them, you know when they are coming. That was another reason why I say when you come to the market, you understand that there are some vehicles that some marketers don't use, and most of these drivers, they are not careful, right? So you have to also know the person who is bringing these goods. So the person who is at the other end sourcing this yam for you will get a good vehicle. Of course, accident can happen to any vehicle, even if it's new, brand new. But logistic problem is I don't even know how much to explain this to you, but it's a big problem, and it's one of the reasons why trading agro commodities in Africa and in Nigeria is difficult. It's difficult because of logistic. But if you can tackle logistic, maybe you can get a mini bus. You can get a mini bus that can pick at least 300 tubers, 400 tubers of your own, and drive it safely to you, for you to Port Harcourt, maybe to Lagos, and you sell. Maybe let's assume every week you are coming to Benue State and going to your market 2 times a week with yam and trading it off, coming back. The little profit you're making, you're spending it on your fueling and the rest. It will save you much of the cost of trying to get yam with other people. You know, most times you are not the only person loading the truck, because a truck can pick thousands of tubers of yams. So most times you have to combine with many other people to be able to move it. And then another challenge you should consider is price fluctuations. So let's assume you're doing a pre-order for people, and you promise them that 10 tubers of yam for, let's say, 15,000. One of the challenges is that when you get to the market to buy this yam, remember the last market you bought 100 tubers for 100,000, right? In Benue State, yes, sometimes 100 tubers you can get it for 10,000. Yes, sometimes you can get it for 20,000. You can get it for 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, 150, depending on the size of the yarn and the type of yarn and the freshness of the yarn. So the price is not static. The price increase based on one, the type of yarn, the size of the yarn, and even season. So during harvest season, let's say by November, December, yarn will be very cheap, right? Because that will be the time where most of the farmers here in Benue State will be harvesting their yam. So yam will be cheap. And this is another information that if you want to start trading yam this year, start making your plans towards November, December, February, January. Then yam is very cheap. You can come and buy. So the price fluctuation is, you have to know how, if you're giving your customer price, you need to be very careful, because it will not make sense if you tell your customer to pay 80,000 for 100 tubers, and when the 100 tubers get, you don't tell that, oh sorry, the price is now 120,000 per 100 tuber. It doesn't make sense. But sometimes it's like that. Prices of logistic can increase, which means you also have to change your price. So when you are giving out price to your customer, you always need to be very careful. You can explain to them that this price might change, it might increase or decrease. Many of them will understand with you. They know business and how it works. But it's a challenge too. It's a challenge that you have to consider. And another one is scammers, right? So for you, I think this point you have escaped this challenge because you are watching this video for someone who has done the business before. So and if you can recall, I told you in the video that you shouldn't see someone online and send 200,000, 500,000 that send me in tubers of yam. And most times people that get scammed with online vendors are people that look for cheap prices. Somebody is telling you 100 tubers of yam big size for 20,000, and then you also send your money. So you can see that you even assisted the person to scam you. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Go and meet the person if you can. And if it's somebody that is online, go through their social media platform. Check how many people, the testimonials we have been given about them. Ask questions before you can send your money to someone to send you yam. Or somebody will tell you, once you pay, we will deliver it, we'll bring the yam to your doorstep. You know, these are promises that are so scary. When somebody tells you that I'm going to supply at your doorstep, you should be afraid already, right? So you have to be very careful. Online scammers, they use price to scam a lot of people when it comes to trading agro commodities, and it's a challenge that you have to know. And by watching this video, I believe you will not make that mistake. You will do the right thing. You go and meet your suppliers or go through their social medias. Know that, okay, this account has been online for 10 years or 5 years or 20 years, and this person has been selling yam. Not that it will just be an account that starts selling yam today and promise to know. Make sure the person have a testimony. Go through their channel, count them, watch them, observe them before you send their money. And the fourth challenge you have to consider is preservation and storage method. Yam is perishable good, right? So when you buy your yam, you have to check how are you going to preserve this yam. And in preserving this yam, there are many other methods, and I'm not sharing them in this video because of maybe due to time. I will share it in a separate video. But the easiest way to do about this issue of preserving and storing yam is to try to get a pre-order model. Any other way you try to preserve yam is not 100%. So the only thing you're going to do is that you have already gathered consumers, people that are willing to buy this yam today and go and consume it, maybe highest in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So when they are on ground, when your yam lands, you try as much as possible to dispose it within 7 days, highest 14 days. Even within these days, you might get some that are bad, but this is another thing that your supplier will also help you. They will help you to get yams that are fresh, not old yam that will get bad. You know, sometimes you have some people, they will come to the market, they will bring their yam, they will keep the yam there for weeks trying to get the best price for their yam, right? And as long as the yam is getting to stay at the market longer, it will spoil easily too, because as water is drying out of the yam is getting bad. So when you go to the market, most times when I go to the market with my guys to sort out yam, we check for the ones that are just coming in. So even if they charge us high, we buy. But some people, they will not do like that. They will just buy from any yam that they want to buy from the market, and some have been there for decades. And those type of yam, when you buy them, on the way getting there, you discover that the 100 tubers you bought are no longer 100 pieces again. You have gotten like 10 rotten pieces, and you can't do anything with it, and that is a big loss for you. So the best way to solve this is get a pre-order model. Get people who will be willing and ready to pay for this yam before it arrives. And then another method or another formula to use is that you buy fresh yam. So the person that is supplying yam to you, you have to stress this point. Please send to me fresh yam, the yam that is good, not dried yam that will get bad. And the fifth challenge is yam availability. Yam is seasonal. No matter what we can do, no matter how we try to make sure we have it all the time, we still know that it's seasonal, right? Yam is seasonal. So a time will come where you will have orders. People will be willing to buy this your yam. You have built a market, you have created a very large market, and there is demand for your yam. Maybe you're supplying to an organization and they are telling you, give us 1 truck of yam every month. one truck of yam, maybe let's say 1,000 pieces of yam every month, grade 1. That is the biggest size every month, and they are willing to pay you. When you get to the market, you discover that when times goes, maybe like now, currently June, if you go to the market today and you want to buy 10 truck of yam, it will not be easy for you to get it now. Maybe it will take time for you to gather it. But if you go to Zakiba Yam Market in November and you want 1,000 truck of yam, within 3 days you will get it, or even less than that you can get it. Since yam is not always in season, you have to consider this. How are you going to do that you always meet up demand? How are you going to do that you always meet up demand? Sit down and calculate. Can you create a storage facility, a place where you can preserve your yam a little, right? A storage method that you can buy and keep. Maybe you can get 4,000 or 10,000 pieces of yam and keep. You buy when farmers are harvesting and keep towards towards a scarcity or off season, like now, because there's still demand for yam now, but the demand for yam now is above the supply, and that is one of the reasons why the price is very high. And during that time, some people bought and store. So these people that bought and store are the ones that are making money now. So most of the yam in the market now are not coming from farmers directly. They are coming from business people who have been into this business for years and know that once it get to this time, getting yam is hard. So they invested their money, they bought it and kept. So can you do this? It's a challenge. When you now get enough customers, people calling you left and right, and then you don't have yam, it doesn't make sense for a business person. So it's a challenge. You have to think of how to overcome it before you can invest your time and everything into this yam business. So these are there are many other challenges, right? But these are the few challenges that I have highlighted and I want you to consider before you invest into this business. Number 1 is what? Logistic. Number 2, price fluctuations. Number 3, scammers. Number 4, preservation and storage method of your yam. Then yam availability. So you have to consider these challenges, and if there is a way you can solve it, then you can go ahead and start your yam business. Thank you for watching this video to the end. So if this is your first time watching this video, subscribe, then you like the video, then you click on the bell icon so that anytime I drop another video, you will always get notification and watch, right? So I'll be doing more videos on yam business, and if you have any other topic that you want me to discuss, you can also drop in the comment section and I will make a good video for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like this video and share it so that more people can watch the video. Thank you. I am Denison, your billionaire farmer.